Call to order. It is 6:32 p.m. on December 15th, 2025, and this is the regular meeting of the Monroe Township Zoning Board of Adjustment. Notice of this meeting was given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act, and a copy was posted on the second floor bulletin board in Town Hall and on the Township's website. Please be advised, no new item of business will be started after 10:30 p.m. and the meeting shall terminate no later than 11 p.m. Please note, audio and video of this meeting is being recorded in accordance with Ordinance 56/2024. The meeting is being broadcasted live on the Township's YouTube channel, and a link to view this meeting will be posted on the Township's website for the public to view at their convenience. Everyone please stand and salute the flag. Start with Mr. Kozak.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Carino.
Here.
Mr. Colavita.
Here.
Mr. Kaminsky.
Here.
Mr. Deary.
Here.
Mr. Kruger.
Here.
Mr. Hefner is excused tonight. Mr. Kozak.
Here.
Mr. McGeehan.
Here.
Mr. Rice.
Here.
Mr. Heverly.
Here.
Mr. Fiore.
Here.
Ms. Pellegrini. Mr. Warburton.
Here.
Mr. Campbell.
Here.
Thank you.
Oaths.
Okay, we can swear both the planner and the engineer from the board. Raise your right hand. Both swear affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth this evening.
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, resolutions.
Okay, for memorialization this evening, we have 5 resolutions. Okay, the first one's on there. Okay, that was the one from last meeting.
I did. The other three.
Oh, okay. That was just for memorialization. It's not, okay, it's not prepared. Okay. Item 2 through 5. Okay. The first one is 55-2025, the Enclave at Monroe LLC, use variance and flag lot variance approval. Number 3, 56-2025, Keith Horn, that's for a lot coverage variance approval. 57-2025, Kyle Loeb, use variance, and it's a lot width, lot frontage, and side yard approval. And the final one is 58-2025, John Buzinski, encroachment variance approval.
Members, your pleasure in regards to resolutions. Resolution. Members, your pleasure in regard resolutions 2 through 5.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Carino.
Yes.
Mr. Deary.
Yes.
Mr. Sorry. I'm crossing off my list there. Mr. Kozak.
Yes.
Mr. Rice.
Yes.
Mr. Colavita.
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky.
Yes.
Mr. McGeehan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Applications. Mr. Schwartz, is your client here yet?
No.
Okay. We're going to skip you and we'll come back. First on the agenda is application 25-42, Patrick Meehan, side yard variance. Please step up to the microphone. This application is deemed complete.
Yes.
Is there a motion to deem the application complete?
So moved. Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Fury?
Okay, the first resolution of the 25-42 for consideration is Patrick Meehan. It's for a side yard and rear yard variance. The subject matter property is located at 605 Schoolhouse Road. It's in the R2 zoning district. The gentleman is seeking a side yard variance to allow 1 foot where 5 feet is required for an existing shed, a rear yard variance to allow 9.8 feet where 12.5 is required for a carport, and 2.5 feet where 5 feet is required for an existing metal shed, and 4.6 feet where 12.5 is required for the existing frame shed. And sir, could you state your name and address for the record?
Patrick Meehan, Schoolhouse Road.
Can you raise your right hand? Swear affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
Mr. Meehan, in your own words, he explained to the board why you're here tonight.
So I have some work done to the front of my house. Back when I did the survey, set it in, there was a shed that I had when I purchased the home, and a carport that was there when I purchased the home. Apparently, they did not get a permit or variance for that, so that's why I'm here to get that variance. Both of them would have to be demoed and essentially pulled off. Just move this stuff.
Members had the chance to review the application. Any questions for the applicant?
Through the chair. So these are existing that you bought, you purchased it with these problems, with these
We'll do
two
a
issues.
review, I guess, the Google
And then what triggered you to have to know about that you didn't have the proper zoning,
I'm actually doing work on my house, doing a front porch.
right?
Guy came out and surveyed it.
And
Survey
it triggered it that. Was there any complaints from the neighbors as far as runoff or water problems?
No.
Nothing? How long have you lived there?
17?
17, so that's 8 years. Okay, that's all the questions I have.
It's wood shed or metal shed?
It's a metal shed to a wood floor.
And a metal carport.
Correct.
They're all anchored in concrete or whatever? No? And you don't have the room to move it?
I could move the one forward, but then I would have to basically come in and redo probably 20 tons of stone and everything else. So it's just, the shed would have to be dipped out.
What you said you could move is the carport,
I could, but
but the stone, that's why I saw stone there.
a lot of stone.
Right,
I already had prices on it, and it's just not.
Right. Right.
All right, members, any more questions for the applicant? Seeing none, this motion open to public.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on behalf of application 25-42? Seeing none, is there a motion to close the public portion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Fury?
Just to summarize the application, it's 2542 Patrick Meehan. He described the property, it's for a side yard and rear yard variance for an existing it's a metal carport and a metal shed. He described to the board that hasn't caused any problems with the neighbors, that be very difficult to move these particular items and that they're attached somehow to the garage and there's stones surrounding them and so on. So the board may consider an application for making a motion to approve.
Okay, members, your pleasure in regards to application 25-42.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Carino?
Yeah, it's existing. There's no complaints from the neighbors, and it seems it would be a severe hardship to move it. Yes.
Mr. Rice?
Yes, as stated by Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Deary?
Yes.
Mr. Kozak?
Yes, as stated, Mr. Carino.
Mr. McGeehan?
Yes, as stated.
Mr. Colavita?
Yes, as previously stated.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Yes, stated by Mr. Carino.
Okay, you're approved. We'll have your resolution prepared for our January meeting. We'll provide you with a copy and the zoning officer to move forward with the permit.
Next on the agenda is application 25-47, Keith Mayo, lot frontage and lot width variance. Can this application be deemed complete?
Yes.
Is there a motion to deem the application complete? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You guys have it. Mr. Schwartz?
Good evening, Mayor. Leonard Schwartz, all purpose audience representing the applicant, Keith Mayer. This is property of lot 2911, lot 3, 1396 8th Avenue. This is the same property that we were here last time for. At that time, you recall in your first resolution of denial, 54-2025, and that one was for we came in for a twin instead of a single-family dwelling, and it was denied that one. Tonight, we submitted plans for a single-family dwelling. We eliminated the side yard variance. There is no need for a variance for the lot area because we've submitted the quarter credit, finance credit, so that takes care of the density requirements. So that has been met. So at this point in time, we're asking for a lot width variance on 8th Avenue to allow 72.04 feet where 75 feet is required. It also requires on 7th Avenue, and that requires 70.82 feet with where 75 is required. Then lot frontage variance on 8th Avenue is 66.36 feet where 75 is required. And Keith, this is the property that You have two properties.
Hold on, Mr. Schwartz, he has to get sworn in first.
Okay, all right.
Sir, for your record, confirm your name.
Keith Mack.
Mr. Mayor, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide the full and the truth, and the truth?
Yes.
You've already consolidated this property,
Yes.
and as I indicated, you're asking for a single-family dwelling to be built on this property instead of the twin that was denied last time.
Yes.
And there's no side yard variance required.
No side yard
Therefore,
No.
So you've been able to fit it in. What's the size of the property is 16,117 square feet?
Correct.
Are you able to get any more frontage or width to be able to fit it in with the required measurements
What do you mean?
on the property on each side?
No, that's what we have.
Just 20 feet. But you're not able to get anything more.
What we can't create frontage, no.
Okay. And the properties, if I recall from last time, the complaint that people had was that they didn't want a twin home on that property. But you submitted today, plan showing the single family dwelling coming built. Okay. I have nothing further.
Members of the board have any questions for the applicant? None? Seeing none, is motion open to the public?
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? The ayes have it. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on behalf of application 25-47? Seeing none, is motion to close the public portion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Anything else, Mr. Schwartz? That's it? Okay, Mr. Campbell.
Sure. Mr. Chairman, for the board, if a member of the board were so inclined to make a motion to approve, it would be to approve application 2547, seeking variances to allow a lot width of 72.04 feet where 75 feet is required on 8th Avenue, and a similar variance on 7th Avenue to allow 70.82 feet where 75 feet is required, and frontage variance of 66.36 feet where 75 feet is required along 8th. As Mr. Schwartz summarized, this is the application, very similar to the application you considered last month. The difference is that the applicant has revised the application so that it's a single instead of a twin or duplex. Has, by virtue of that, has eliminated the need for side yard setback that he previously requested, and has demonstrated by virtue of the certificate of filing and the approval from Pinelands that the density issue that we spoke about last month is no longer an issue.
Members, your pleasure in regards to application 25-47.
Motion to approve, Kozak.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Kozak?
The single-family home conforms with the neighborhood, and the variance requested is minimal, and especially in that neighborhood. So yes.
Mr. Colabita?
The variance is minimal, yes.
Mr. Carino?
Yes, as previously stated.
Mr. Deary?
Yes, previously stated.
Mr. Rice?
Yes, that's pretty stated.
Mr. McGeehan?
Yes.
As stated.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Yes, it's stated.
Okay, you're approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good.
Pleasure, Mayor.
Thank you, Ed. Okay, next on the agenda is application WSP 0525 and 25-38, Brian Giordano, side planting waiver and use variance. Please step up to the podium. Can this application be deemed complete?
Is there a motion to deem the application complete? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr.
Okay, I'm just gonna let the attorney, he's still standing by the introductions, just to swear in both of your clients, one professional and one.
One professional, one.
Okay, sir, just state your name for the record and raise your right hand.
Brian Giordano,
You swear from the tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
I did,
And also your address, sir.
330 Fish Pond Road, Glassboro, New Jersey.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Sam Agresta.
Can you swear from the tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. Address is 2020 Fairfax Avenue, Suite 107, Cherry Hill.
Okay, are you a planner or
I
engineer?
am a professional engineer as well as a professional planner.
Okay, you want to just try to qualify him now? Might as well. Okay.
Mr. Augusta, you licensed in the state of New Jersey for both being a professional engineer and professional planner?
Yes,
Have you appeared before municipal boards before?
many, many times.
Have you appeared before this board?
Not recently.
But you have appeared before this board.
I believe it's been quite a few years.
Okay, and your license is in good standing on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The application bar is an application for a former machine shop that we turned into a garage. I think what would be helpful for the board's consideration of the application is that if the witness would describe his own business, this is not a new enterprise for this gentleman. He is merely moving his garage studio from one location to another. And what I think would be helpful, he would describe how he conducts his operations. So I'm going to help him do that. Yeah. Why don't you tell the board the size of the classes that you had, how often you have them, the hours of operation, and then I'll remind you things you forgot.
All right, so we have about 3 classes a day, Monday through Saturday. The hours of operation, Monday through Friday, are about 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Class size is up to 12, usually no more than that. We've been in business for about 4.5 years now. We're just moving locations. This is a little bit closer to our home and an area that's a little more, what's it called? More in line with like our client base.
And Brian, do you have tournaments or just classes?
Just classes, no tournaments.
Okay, so it's all you do, and you, now this is your 5th year, you said, you've been doing it
Yes.
before, so this will be your 5th year.
Yes.
And you plan any change to the exterior of the property at all?
I know.
So you're just gonna have, consume the first floor of the property?
Correct.
What were the hours of operation again? You said Monday through Saturday.
So Monday through Friday will be 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And Saturday will be 10 a.m.
And class size, the maximum is 12, you said?
And the instructors are, your wife?
Even though
Through the chair, where are you located now?
right now we're in a temporary location in Woodstown.
It's still.
You may continue.
Yeah, so what we'd like to do is bifurcate the application with regard to the use variance portion, and then we'd like to address the site. So, right, let me see.
Well, I hope we're gonna go down to the report.
So if I may, I'd like to log into exhibits, fairly simple. The first one here, called A1, that is the existing conditions aerial. And then the second one is basically just the survey, which was, I believe, part of the submission. And then just with the building highlighted there, so basically just a rendered survey.
Is this the old machine shop?
It is.
That is correct, yes, sir.
It sits back off of the,
It's a little behind.
yeah, quite a bit, actually. If you- In your application, photographs, that's the survey.
I think there's a sign on the front, Tool Avenue or something.
Yes, yes. If you'd like, I'd like to just discuss first some of the existing conditions of the site. It sounds like a lot of the board members are at least familiar with it. The Address is 603 Bluebell Road. It's identified as block 11906, lot 4. In all, the lot is about 39,700 square feet. It kind of has this strange, does this come out?
Yeah.
All right. It kind of has this strange shape to it. The frontage along Bluebell here, it's kind of just this one leg, and then this is where we're all talking about Tool Lane. Now, I'm kind of regretful to say, I did not visit the site in person. I always like to do that beforehand. But when I went down, it was dark, the road was snow covered, so I said, man, I don't really feel like getting stuck in the snow today. So I did not have the pleasure of driving down Tool Lane there. There are some existing nonconformities with the site. And your overall frontage requirement for the RGPG, the Regional Growth Plan Residential District Zone, 75 feet. Minimum frontage here is 11 feet. Now, it doesn't appear, and that's along Bluebell Road, it doesn't appear that that's utilized in any way. The main entrance obviously is off of Tool Lane there. As we stated, it was formerly a machine shop. It's a 2-story building with about a 3,700 square footprint. So we are only looking to utilize the bottom floor for the karate studio, and then the top floor, to my understanding, will be used strictly for storage. The proposed use of a karate school is not permitted in the zone. This falls in line with other instructional type uses, dance schools, different things like that. So we are seeking a D1 use variance this evening for the proposed use. And then I'm sure being a zoning board, we're all aware of the positive and negative criteria that we must address as outlined in the municipal land use law, section 4055B-2. So I'm sure we're all aware there's about 23 points or so under there that outline the special reasons for the positive criteria. I'm only going to touch upon 4 or so that I feel pertain to our application this evening. So the first is item A, to guide municipal action for appropriate uses to develop all the lands in the state in a manner to promote public health, safety, morals, and general welfare. When we look at a use such as any kind of instructional institution, I kind of view these as extensions of the educational system. They tend to provide group training, group environments, and it approaches certainly that health and fitness aspect that has become so important in our communities. Anything I know with my kids to get them off the phone, I'm happy with. So it certainly plays into that. When we look at things like general welfare under that same item, as Mr. D. Clement had stated, compared to the previous use of the machine shop, I'm of the opinion that this is a much less intense use. We look at things like limited hours, few hours in the evening, few hours on Saturday, as opposed to a machine shop that would probably operate somewhere from 7 to 5 a.m. No real deliveries coming into place. You've got a class size of 12 with 3 instructors. So in my opinion, a very limited, low-intensity use. Item C is to provide adequate light, air, and open space. Again, regretfully, I was not able to access the site this evening. Looking at aerials, there does appear to be some established buffering, some established trees around the site. And then the closest building or house, I believe, is this one here at about 130 feet away. So there is certainly adequate space, and it makes this site qualified certainly for the use that we're proposing, this lower intensity use. Additionally, on the site, there is access. We counted about 22 available parking stalls. Now, the lot is stoned, so these are non-delineated stalls, but there's certainly adequate room to park around the building. Obviously, as Mr. D. Clement stated, we are proposing to bifurcate the application this evening, so more accurate counts will be provided during the site plan submission portion. Item D under the special reason says it will not conflict with the general welfare of neighboring municipalities, the county or the state as a whole. Again, this is supported by the limited usage, the low impact of traffic. Again, low trash generators. I mean, we're probably talking some simple office trash, something to that effect, no kind of large pipes of waste or anything like that. And then item M, the final one I want to discuss under the special reasons, is that to encourage coordination between public and private ventures, which considers lessening the cost of construction. We have a site here, the building that's been, my understanding, underutilized for some time. It has a nice open floor plan that could certainly play right into our proposed use of an instructional type facility. So it certainly addresses that aspect, and then the need for limited site improvements. There are some that will be proposed, We're not talking a complete overhaul of a site, large construction periods, no large vehicles, no large disturbance, anything of that nature. So then we look at the negative criteria, stating the two-pronged approach, can this be granted without substantial detriment or substantial harm to the public good? Obviously, being such a low-intense use, as reasons previously stated, limited hours, limited client base, limited trash generation, I feel that it certainly could. And again, much less intense use than the previous machine shop. When we look at the final prong of the negative criteria, it states, can this use be granted without causing harm to the zoning ordinance or master plan? I just looked briefly at the 2022 master plan, and it outlines the breakdown of the commercial uses versus residential uses in the municipality. There's only approximately 3.1% commercial use, where 78% is residential, so allowing another commercial use in the municipality would certainly help support that limited commercial use base for the municipality. And then last, under the land use objectives and goals on page 32, goal number 8 states that it's to support commercial and industrial businesses by anticipating and adapting to changed use, economies, and market demands. When we look at uses such as machine shops, I think it's very unfortunate that we no longer go to, our local machinist or cobbler, these kind of antiquated professions that are no longer really necessary. And allowing a building such as this to be reused for a useful purpose that would help integrate into the community, have kids gather somewhere, physical fitness, address those needs, would certainly be an asset to the community. So David, do you have any questions or anything else you'd like me to address? Or
Just for the record, A1 was the Google overview.
Yeah, that's just existing conditions area.
Okay, and 2 is the survey.
Survey, correct.
And what is the footprint of that building? I know
The
it's-
footprint of the building is, I believe it's 3,712 feet, outlined in this kind of tan color.
So there's an entire second floor that's 3,700 feet?
That is correct,
And
yes.
it's gonna be storage for the karate school only?
Well, I believe that is for the property owner as
The
well.
product, what you have to understand, if it's gonna be a different use than the board, perhaps there should be testimony what's gonna be limited for. You said for the owner's use, it can't be another business, it can't be storing, rental for anybody else.
No,
I mean,
that is
indicate
not-
3,700 square feet, that's a lot of storage space.
Agreed.
I have a lot of junk, but not that much. So,
Agreed. No, it will not be rented out in any way, shape, or form for storage or anything of that nature.
You have anything else before we go to our professionals? We'll do under testimony during their reports, your professional will.
What's that? He's not the property, you're the tenant.
Which is the tenant, so the property owner is the one that would have to come back to the board again, or the next
Yeah,
one.
again, just to be clear, the property owner would have to come back to the board if they plan on extending that use
Understood.
upstairs to some other use.
Right.
So it's gonna be his particular storage, or the owner.
The owner has no intention of using it for.
Okay. Just wanna make it clear, because
To clear,
sometimes,
to clear it up, he's renting the whole building.
No.
This guy.
First floor.
He's just,
Just the
oh,
first
that
floor.
goes
This
back to
application's
you.
only for the first floor.
You're right.
okay, well, what's gonna happen to the second floor? It's gonna be vacant and,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
No, Chuck's on the right
No,
trail.
that's,
No,
again,
he's
it's
on
just
the right trail, to make it clear. I was under the impression that I'm glad you cleared it up, that the school was gonna use the space
That's what I
upstairs for
thought.
storage. That's the way it was portrayed, but it's, you're just renting the first floor.
I'm just trying to,
No,
I'm
I
just
know.
trying to see where it falls in.
Right, you're
What
filling
category
the-
store, it's not a storage facility, what
No.
category storage falls in? If we're going from a commercial use and a machine shop with a large area that's gonna be unoccupied or whatever, not utilized by the applicant. And he can't stand here tonight and say that, I can swear under oath that he's not gonna use it, but we don't know if the owner's not gonna use it, so.
Right, the owner has been storing things there of his own personal, ownership. That's all.
Okay. Again, just so we're clear, it's just for the first floor, it's gonna be limited to the first floor, and that's normal.
Just the first floor.
And if it's utilized for any of the purpose, then it has to comply with whatever township ordinances are applicable.
And he'd have to come back to the board.
Yes.
Okay. We'll go to our professionals report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll start off just in speaking to, again, the use variance, the applicant seeking use variance for allow for the conversion from machine shop over to a garage studio within the regional growth plan residential zone district. We heard some testimony about the size of the lot, where it's located. It is in the middle, kind of give the board a sense, it is sitting in the middle of kind of residential area, this kind of outlier down at the end of the lane here. It is a little odd shape. And it's just sitting vacant right now as far as pool lane goes. Just speaking to our letter a little bit under 3.1 use, number one, in accordance with 175, 160, 125, attachment to the community commercial development that are not permitted uses within the original road, planned residential zoning district. Again, this is the whole reason for the use variance, it was under the B1. The applicant gave testimony, there was balancing testing must be done, the positive and negative criteria. In speaking to the positive criteria, the applicant has stated that they believe it is appropriate use for the area, instructional value, health and fitness, it's less intensive use than the machine shop is. I would tend to agree with that. Moving down to some of the other pieces that they spoke about, it's a new use, machine shop is kind of fading away, it's not really relevant anymore. I don't know many people that would want to hear machine shop inside their residential neighborhood. In speaking of adequate light, air, and open space, I agree, while there is space, I think we can talk about a little bit more in site plan, but we ask for a little bit more buffer. It is in a residential area. It doesn't look like to me that there's much out there from the aerial view. I would just ask that some of the residents, that when the car's turning around in that parking lot, they don't end up getting blinded with headlights making the back door or anything like that. So we should buffer a little bit and give them a little bit of privacy.
And I'm happy to work with the professionals to address that, absolutely.
Great, fantastic. So I would agree that AC, and as far as the purposes of zoning are advanced. I would agree that there's no harm to the public good. Again, they're less intensive use. This is actually helping to keep kids out of trouble, educate kids, get them into something a little bit different, get them active. I see it as actually a benefit to the community. No detriment to our municipal plan or zoning ordinance as well. And speaking to a little bit of that changing of the tides, we're in a little bit different time now, so we need to kind of adapt and make the most out of these vacant properties that are sitting vacant right now, and see if we can accommodate a different type of use with maybe some additional standards placed on that use to kind of lessen the impact to somebody around there. I also think the karate studio is going to draw some attention from the surrounding community. There's going to be kids that can walk down the street and come to this karate studio and use it during the week. So overall, I think it's a great use for the site. And I believe that they provided adequate testimony as to why the use variance was granted. Speaking to the bulks, again, we're just addressing use, but I'll put on the record, there are no bulk standards for community commercial uses in the zone because it was not set up that way. But in theory, the use variance would usurp those bulk variances that would be needed if, there were any that actually were there. So, I just want to put that on the record. Again, any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Members of the board have any questions for Mr. Warburton?
I got a question.
Okay.
Just, what type of karate you teaching there, just out of curiosity?
Primarily Tuxedo, Korean.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Chair, through Mr. Fiore, if we're just hearing the use, should we wait for Pam's comments, or do we want to do everything at the same time?
Just, we're going to do use, they asked, again, see on the note, did you apply, did you strike that? Your application, was it for a site plan waiver as well?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll act upon the use variance first. We've heard some testimony regarding the site plan that we'd like to see done, and I don't know whether the waiver's gonna accomplish that, but that's your legal brilliance, I'll leave it to the
I
balls of
wouldn't
your court,
say, I
so.
wouldn't say brilliant, but I think if we take it in steps, I think we can reach what we need.
I just don't want to delay the resolution. for-
No, we're gonna do separate resolutions.
Sure.
Members of the board have any questions?
Just a Chuck,
It's my night tonight.
going back to the upstairs, that's not gonna be a problem.
Well, the site was approved for a machine shop, so
One-
other than a machine shop, it can't be utilized other than the second floor. Because there's no change of that particular, no application to change the existing use that it was a machine shop.
So he could put the karate on the first floor and the machine shop on the second without coming back to us?
The prior use was the machine shop. I don't know if anybody would be interested in doing that, but again, If there's any other use for it other than the karate school, we'll have to come back with an application.
For the second floor.
Yes, yeah.
So it'd be two uses.
Two uses, yeah.
Two separate uses.
Exactly.
Then
It'd be
we
a variance.
determine what we want to do, it'd be a variance.
Yeah.
And we would determine if we're going to
Exactly.
give it to them or not for the second use.
And that's
How
gonna,
it fits in with what we just, if we do give them this, how it fits in,
exactly, so.
right?
Yes.
Okay, that's the only question I have.
And just so we're clear, I know there was testimony for the purposes of any resolution that's acted upon tonight. The hours of operation, your client agrees, it's gonna be Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. There's no substantial trash that's generated other than like office trash, so there's not gonna be a need for a dumpster.
No.
And also, no deliveries, you said about no deliveries. If any deliveries occur, it's gonna be like a cargo van, something like that, or,
Yeah, nothing outside of like, we can receive at home from my.
okay. No tractor trailers like Amazon
No.
comes to people's house, okay.
The only other thing to follow up on that, and just for the record, so everything's conducted inside the building,
Correct.
correct? Nothing will be conducted outside the building. No special events, no, for any reason, have anything outside.
No.
Right?
nothing will be inside.
That's just for the record, so we don't have a problem later on. Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead, Mr. Brewer.
just have a question for the applicant. This is a site of former machine shop, right?
Yes,
And you're gonna occupy the first floor
correct,
where the machinery is located.
correct.
Has there been an environmental assessment from inside the building?
Yeah, this was subject to this with Jack Salt District, upon the transaction between the machine shop and the town.
Okay. But there's no,
There's nothing left, there hasn't been anything there for years.
I don't mean that, I'm thinking of things like, oil,
That was all,
shavings.
that was all gone at the time of the transaction.
So there was a full cleanup after when the machine shop left. And
Yeah.
between then and now, you're trying to put that. I'm concerned about kids inside.
Yeah.
You know, that it been a functioning commercial structure, you know.
It
You
was
don't
just
want
for
them-
having
you
flow
don't-
past this room and our area.
It would just concern me if the children encountered a, environmental hazard. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any more questions? So we're just gonna open to the public just for the use now, so. Is there a motion to open to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak strictly on the use variance 25-38? Seeing none, is a motion to close the public portion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Bureau.
Chuck. One point Mr. Frieder made about this, should we ask them for an environmental?
No.
I'm thinking of what happened in Franklin. Remember
Okay,
what happened in
and what Mr. D. Clement was referring to, ISRA, industrial site recovery act, because of the fact it's a prior use that falls under that act, they're required to submit an application to the state and get clearance for that. It's like a no further action letter, DEP, so they've already accomplished that.
Okay, you know what I meant. Remember in
Exactly,
Franklin,
I
what
know, I
happened
understand. There was a years ago.
years ago?
The remedial action, outcome is the successor to the AFA, which is the no further action. And all that was done at the time of the transaction.
Okay, you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thank you, thank you, Chuck.
Okay, summarize the applicants before the board for a D1 variance. The applicants agree to, in fact, the limitations or conditions upon use variance are approved. Hours of operation Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. There's going to be no deliveries to speak of on the site, no substantial trash that's generated that would need anything in addition to it would need a dumpster or anything to that effect. The applicants provided testimony with respect to positive and negative criteria, and the fact that this would be actually, under special reasons, would be a benefit to the community.
And nothing conducted
So
outside
nothing will be conducted on the second floor
or outside.
or outside.
Members, your pleasure in regards to application 25-38. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Rice?
And the applicant has demonstrated, how this use will benefit the community, no impacting the previous use was for that, so yes.
Mr. Deary?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing for the community. There's a couple schools in the community already now.
And adding another one, I think is a great idea, so yes.
Mr. Carino?
Yes.
Mr. Kozak?
Yes, for the previous reasons stated.
Mr. McGeehan?
Yes, as stated.
Mr. Colavito?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Yes, it brings business to the town and it occupies an abandoned building.
I would just ask that whoever made the first and the second, that it be amended, conditioned upon all local and outside agency approvals, and conditioned upon site plan or site plan waiver. So whoever made the first and second, just amend it to whatever I just said.
Mr. Rice?
Can I say just a minute?
That's fine, perfect.
No, repeat it.
D, all of the above.
Yeah.
Mr. Deary?
Second.
Second, okay. Roll call again.
Roll call.
Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Mr. Deary?
Yes.
Mr. Carino?
Yes.
Mr. Kozak?
Yes.
Mr. Colavito?
Yes.
Mr. McGeehan?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Yes.
Site plan waiver.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to address before I go to our professional in regards to the waiver of site plan?
I just have to say the following, that, with regard to ADA compliance, we're in agreement that any area that would be necessary for ADA compliance will be paid. And that, we have no objection with having our professional work with the professionals with regard to buffers.
Thank you. Ms. Pellegrini?
Under design performance standards, the applicant should provide some testimony of the aesthetics and style of the building as well as the improvements. They've made some comments that don't show exterior changes. You need to put some testimony on about the style and if there's any improvements that are actually needed to get outside the building.
You want that?
Yes.
Oh,
So I just wanted to, yeah, so we would paint the building, our signage showing this.
There's no application before this board for any signage. Any signage that would be, come before this applicant would be part of a separate application that would be in conformity with the town ordinance.
Other than that, no changes to the exterior.
What color?
That's a great question.
But not in this code.
Right.
You know I'm asking, because you could come up with some wild color and it's close to problem.
Look at him.
I don't know. I don't judge people by their looks.
Would you agree that it has to be like similar to the area and based upon the
That's all I'm
review
looking
of the
for.
township professionals?
Yes, of course, yes.
Tang Suzu, whatever it was?
Tang Suzu.
Okay. Just something that kind of blends in. That's okay.
Yeah, Ms. Pellegrini.
Okay, as discussion has already brought up, the need to buffer from the adjacent residents, the parking lot area. They've agreed to provide buffers and work with us professionals and do that buffering.
So you agree to work with our professionals?
As far as, the driveway, the existing driveway, it needs to be realigned to be within the property boundaries. Per the survey, there are, several areas, one where the driveway turns into the parking lot, and then where the driveway meets, Chestnut Street. The driveway needs to be realigned in order to fall within the property boundaries.
Which would be. We have no intention of continuing it and.
You know,
It's fine, yeah.
okay, you agree to request?
Yeah.
As far as parking, we had an assessment of the building being 4816, which I believe testimony was is actually less than that, 3712. So, it would be 30, in our report, we noted 49 spaces required. It looks like it would be 38 spaces required. A waiver is required for this. In addition, the site parking area does not have any curbing is not paved, is not striped, and does not have any curb blocks to distinguish the parking stalls. So a waiver would be required as they have proposed it, but we feel that delineation of parking stalls is an important feature to, mitigate the traffic, on site and the parking on site.
We agree, and we would propose that we would have concrete bumpers that would set forth where parking is, rather than putting asphalt. The world doesn't need any more pour on the ground.
And you would submit a revised plan?
We would.
A sketch as to what that parking arrangement would be?
Yes, and the ADA areas would be better.
A trash enclosure would be required or a waiver granted from this requirement. Testimony so far has been that it's only typically office trash only, so would they be opposed to a trash enclosure, or, would they feel that, typical trash receptacles would suffice?
I'd like to allow the applicant to give testimony on it, since this is an existing business, with your experience with regard to waste.
I don't feel we'll need a whole trash enclosure. I think, the receptacles will be completely fine for our, waste collection.
Yeah, actually, trash, vehicle mitigation or circulation on site might be problematic. So if trash receptacles are sufficient, then a trash enclosure probably isn't the best option.
I have a question, Pam. From Chestnut Street back to their building, who owns that? The applicant?
According to the survey, it belongs to the applicant.
Right, and there, because
Or-
there's
or
houses.
The owner of the property that you're renting from.
Yeah, because there's houses. I know at least one house on the right side there, so they have a right of way, easement to get to their house? Is that what's going on there?
Nothing is shown on the surveys of any easements, to any adjacent
Right.
properties.
And then who would be responsible for the plowing?
We would agree to the title record with regard to the issue of easement. The survey was done by Hewlett originally. I have the title record, and it should answer this question.
Because if he's gonna have a receptacle, he would have to pull it, drag it out to Chestnut Street in order for it to be picked up.
Yes,
I would doubt if the township's gonna drive down a,
that's correct.
Easement.
You have receptacles that would have to be pulled out to the right.
Just he would agree to curbside pickup, curbside being Bluebell Road,
no,
or
No.
Chestnut Street.
Chestnut Street. Chestnut Street.
I thought Public Works doesn't pick up regular receptacles at commercial
Uh,
properties.
Well, then it would be subject, if they don't, then it would subject to them having a, trash enclosure.
Or trash service.
Service.
Trash.
Right.
Something to look into.
Just so comply whatever the ordinance is with respect to trash pickup.
Yeah.
That's if we agreed to give them a waiver.
Right. To give them a waiver
They
on
might
the,
have to
correct.
do a site plan, see how this goes.
Mr. Chair. So, just to summarize, the reason we bring these up is to kind of make the board aware of what deficiencies are involved with this application from a site plan perspective, right? To figure out if a site plan is warranted or if the waiver of site plan.
That's what I just said, Chuck.
Good, so.
Right.
That's the reason we bring these up, and I don't know what the mechanism is to actually work all this out. If they can work some of these conditions out with us, if we can work out paving with that site plan. Personally, I want to speak to them, I would recommend at least a minor site plan for this, just to have these issues clarified in the actual plan, and not just in the resolution. Only because the site, the way that it sits right now, there's, access issues. We don't know if there's an easement in place, we don't know who's got access to that, and the houses get out, where they need to get out, if he takes ownership. The buffers, I'd really like to see a buffer actually on plan and showing me where that buffer is gonna be to prevent, headlight glare into another person's yard, basically. Parking blocks, I'd like to see an aisle to make sure that people can get in and out of there. And to your point, Mr. President, maintenance. We just had snow. How are we gonna plow this with it being all dirt? It should be paved. you know, just things to consider, again, for the board, which is the reasons why we brought these up, even though it was a site plan waiver application.
Right.
So,
To go through the chair to, if it was granted, the waiver, who's gonna make sure the parking, the ballots and all would be there? Not you, because there's a waiver.
correct. We would have to have some mechanism of resolution to do that, but it gets iffy.
Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do
And
it?
that, just to answer, I know, Mr. McCombs, that becomes virtually impossible.
Right.
Since we're not only spending applicants' money, but your recommendation is minor site plan, those professionals.
Correct.
Okay, thanks. I'm sorry
Okay.
to interrupt you. so.
Also lighting, because this is gonna be predominantly at night. Obviously, in the summer, it's not as important, but in the winter, what's the lighting gonna be?
Right, it's, these are things. that
With
should be
kids
addressed.
there and,
Yeah, did you have more? Is it kind of-
No, sidewalks exist, yeah, I have one more item, sidewalks exist on both sides of Chestnut Street to the north of the site. We would recommend sidewalk be extended across the frontage. It's a small frontage of only 50-some feet, which most of it's taken up by driveway, so, just to extend, that sidewalk, that would be part of my approval as well.
Can I just pose a question? I kind of struggled with this, with the use, if anybody's familiar with the area. The driveway is rather close to the bike trail, obviously the pedestrians and everything. It's also an awkward area to get out, if anybody's familiar with Marion, trying to get out of Marion on the Chestnut. Do you have any, I don't know, anything to say about that? I mean, a couple times a day, 12, 14 cars going in and out a few times a day. You know, and again, maybe I should have brought this up in use. You know, when you have a business there, people coming in the morning, leaving in the afternoon. So now we're talking about a business where you might have 12, 14 cars coming in and leaving, you know, at the same time, a few times a day. Do you have any comment on that as far as now that we're in the site plan? Anything that could be done? I know you said adjust the driveway, move the driveway, that may help get it away from the bike path a little bit, but
Yes, I would definitely move it away from the bike path.
do you have any comment on direction of travel, signage? I mean, is that stuff that would come up in the minor site plan?
So that would be site plan, right?
They would be part of, they would have to provide a narrative, I would think at a minimum, regarding the traffic patterns. I mean, in the extreme, it would be a traffic, study, which I don't technically think is necessary for this, but a narrative regarding it.
I would agree with that. I don't think this is an issue where, you know, traffic study warranted, which I don't think would yield very much with the type of intensity and the type of use that they're proposing. We would show that, you know.
And some of these concerns, you know, getting away from the waiver onto minor site
Correct,
plan.
it would be something that they would have to address through testimony at their minor site plan, 100%. They would have to speak to that.
to go on your, exactly what you're saying, and Adam, to keep note in your mind that at the end of that driveway on the Chestnut, there's probably not even a stop sign because it's a private driveway,
Right, absolutely. And, again, it's the actual
right? So
testimony
something
that-
in order what you're saying, that the people wouldn't even know, obviously they should know to stop, but if there was a stop sign there, that would help.
Yeah, all things that could be considered a minor site plan.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything here that's, we need to see it on paper, would be my recommendation.
Because the more we're going, it's the more they need, and it's not just one little thing.
Any more questions from our professionals?
Mr. Chairman. Was your testimony earlier that you intend no changes to the building itself? You're just gonna go in as is? First question I have is your building ADA compliant? Concerning doorway widths and any internal partitions, anything like that? So, then just, what's the width of the front door? Okay, that's your testimony.
Yes.
All right.
And there's no stuff.
No, yeah, no steps.
My second question is regarding the parking lot. it's gravel, right?
Yes.
Okay. How hard, straight down. What's your intention for handling wheelchair access? Usually trying to push a wheelchair across gravel is problematic at best.
Right, the applicant is agreeable to pay the wheelchair area for the ADA handicap parking into the building.
Okay. But then again, this is, you're asking a site plan waiver.
This time, I would like to have continuance and withdraw the site plan waiver, and we'll come back.
No, you don't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So Pam and Adam, you guys are seated, I believe, right? Merry Christmas.
That would be a resolution.
Next on the agenda is application 25-46, Mark DeFrancisco, side yard variance. Please step up to the podium. This application begins complete. Is there a motion to the application is complete? Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Zero.
The subject matter property is 129 Maria Elena Drive, in the R2 zoning district. The applicant seeking side yard variance to allow 0 feet where 10 feet is required from an existing concrete driveway. And sir, just state your name and address for the record.
Mark DeFrancisco, 1939 Maria Elena Drive.
Okay, raise your right hand. Swear to affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, your own words, please, start with the board while you're here tonight.
Yes. So about a month ago, started noticing my fence in place is starting to degrade. It's a wooden fence. Kids and animals, my kids and animals outside were kind of crossing paths. So I wanted to redo the fence, submitted an application, I had my fence company submit an application for a permit to do so. Upon that, I was notified that the previous owner had items done in the exterior of the property without permit. So at that point, worked with the township to figure out what the next steps were. Step one was to apply for a waiver for impervious surfaces. That was granted. Upon that, it was also identified that my driveway was pushed out too far to the property line. Property line borders a drainage basin or a retention basin, so there's no neighbor to speak of or house that's adjacent to its next door drainage easement. So asking the board to approve to leave the driveway in place as opposed to breaking up the concrete and redoing the driveway to make it a finished surface again. That's the price for that would be pretty extensive.
Okay, members of the board have a chance to review the application. Any questions for the applicant?
Just ask you a question, you have a side entrance garage, so that portion of the driveway actually helps you back out of your garage, or?
Yes, sir.
So, through the chair, they actually put the driveway right on the property line?
Apparently
It's
so.
not even over the property line, it's right on the property line,
Apparently so. According to the surveys, it's right on the property.
right on the property line. That's lucky that it didn't go into somebody else, then you'd be chopping it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Right. Any drainage problems?
No, sir.
How long have you lived there?
7+ years, so a little over 7 years.
And you said it's a, on the other side of that property is a retention.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any more questions for the applicant?
Mr. Chairman.
Go, Mr. Krueger.
You submitted your drawing with the package?
I believe so, sir. There was a survey on file from the previous owner's name, and the wife's name would be on the survey I submitted on the bottom left-hand corner. Mark DeFrancisco on the record.
Yep.
Yes.
The reason I'm asking the question is, the driveway, you're asking for a zero lot line for? According to the drawing, it looks like you're over the property line. So, what's your intention with that?
So that was not brought to my attention at all. This is the first I'm hearing it. Again, this is,
Could it be an error in the drawing? I mean, it's on the drawing, so.
yeah, perhaps. To be honest and frank, you know, when I purchased the house, I think suggested that I have a survey. I did. That's about the extent of what I used it for. And this would be the first time that I used it. Again, when I wanted to replace the fence, applied for the permit to do so, and they required the survey. Got it out of my file and handed it over.
Well, I'm just saying that if this drawing is accurate, that, if that part of the driveway is somebody else's property. You know? So, all right, I just wanted to know if you're aware of it.
I definitely was not aware of it.
Okay.
So just for the record, we're not approving, if it is in fact going over to the other lot,
Yes.
the only approval will be that you would have a zero lot line. So if in the future it's determined that it's on the other property line, this variance doesn't protect you from that. You're only getting a variance indicating that there's zero lot line on your property line. So we're not making any independent decision about whether it is or isn't. Just brought to the attention by the board member, just so you're aware of that.
Understood.
Thank you.
Any more questions for the applicant? Seeing none, is motion open to the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on behalf of application 25-46? Seeing none, is motion to close the public portion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Fury.
Okay, application 2546, Mark P. Francesco is seeking a side yard variance to allow 0 feet or 10 feet of the property existing concrete driveway. He's provided testimony in support of his application, and also just be mindful of the fact that one of the board members brought up that the survey may indicate that the existing driveway is encroaching upon the neighborhood property next lot, and this variance would only be approval to allow the concrete driveway to be end at the property line, so we're not approving it to go into the other lot. Zero. Not asking to extend it to the next line, it's asking for zero. Thank you.
Members, your pleasure in regards to application 25-46.
Motion to approve.
Second. Roll call.
I heard a second to my left.
Don? Bruce? Sean? I heard a second.
Pick one. Mr. Kozak.
This is an existing concrete driveway. It's been there since this gentleman's here, 7 years. There's no drainage issues. Yes.
Mr. Colavita.
As Mr. Kozak stated, yes.
Mr. Carino.
Yes, as stated by Mr. Kozak.
Mr. Deary.
Yes, it's stated.
Mr. Rice.
Yes, as stated.
Mr. McGeegan.
Yes, it's stated.
And Mr. Kaminsky.
Yes, it's stated.
Thank you. You're approved. We'll have your resolution prepared for our meeting in January. We'll send you a copy and we'll send a copy to zoning.
Great, thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Is there a motion to open to the public?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on behalf of any application? Seeing none, motion to close the public portion.
Motion to close.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Approval of minutes. Is there a motion to approve the November 24th, 2025 minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Reports? That's it.
We are looking at reorg for January 12th. So please, check your schedules and let me know if you can't make it, because we will have applications on for that date as well, in addition to reorg.
Anything from council?
We'll send an email too, a reminder, don't worry.
This council or that council?
Thank you very much for all your hard work all year. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And I guess Merry Christmas to everyone. If we ask our council representative, do we have a screen next year, in the core of from technology purposes?
20 years in the making.
Our business administrator, and we're looking into.
Very good, that would be perfect. Okay, thank you.
No promises, Mr. Bureau.
Yeah.
Not the budget.
Not the bubble, yeah, okay.
Probably not the budget this year. Right, nope, not in the budget.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas.